Daniel,
Oh,
you're muted.
Daniel, you're muted. Daniel, you're muted.
You're muted. Oh no.
You're muted. You're muted. We're doing it live. You're
He was
muted.
just saying how he owes chat $20 each for every person that's watching right now. But now no one will have ever heard that, so I guess it doesn't count.
Oh. You see, this is what happens when you have a new microphone, start doing new things, all the settings get all
Yep.
jumbled together, and
Mhm,
then it's
mhm.
like, oh, there he is, making a fool of himself. But no,
Well,
hi
it's
everyone.
fine.
I was just talking about how we are here today discussing.
Is anyone else catching that? Is it just me?
Point
No.
another.
Now we cut out.
Oh.
Oh no, no, he's back.
Does the stream
happened?
hear him? Because that's all that's important.
That's the Nintendo
Maybe
Direct
not.
Live magic,
God.
baby. Let's
I can't
go.
believe
They
this.
said it's going in and out.
Oh boy.
Okay, it wouldn't be
believe
a Nintendo related live stream without some sort of technical issue, right?
See, that time he said instead of $20, he said 50 just to compensate for the technical issues in the first part. But you guys didn't hear that either, so unfortunately for you.
Yeah, I've had some weird issues with the phone. I think it's just cutting my audio again for the next time. Let me try one more.
Well, I like that I'm in the
You're
middle.
so young.
Because that way I
Didn't
can
even
be like,
know.
yo,
Just
yo,
smile and look pretty.
I'm
Yoshiller,
doing my
that's your only
best.
job.
I am doing my best. This is live. This is gonna go raw on the channel. It doesn't matter anymore.
He's gonna
Anyways,
go raw.
It's okay.
I'm
No
here with-
editing.
I'm here with my good friends. We're gonna go just down the line here. I have Brandon Bovia over here.
That's me. Should I say something, or are you just gonna go through everybody else?
I can go. I will have everyone tell me all about themselves at the very end. But right now, we're just gonna do. I'm just gonna introduce you guys really quick, and then we'll go right into it before I die again. So we have Brandon Bovia right here. We have our good friend ConMenRDW, also known as David. We have
Hello.
the wonderful Yoshiller with us as well, and our other good friend Alecandstuff right there in the corner with special
I have
guest
a Rice Krispie too.
special guest Quaxley.
That's right. The best little guy. He's so cute.
But yeah,
Yoshiller's 3 Yoshi children right there in the back.
I got my Yoshi plush and my
There's a-
Yoshi slippers.
there's a lot of Yoshi staring at me right now. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to focus on my predictions here with this pressure.
Yeah, I'm sorry there's so many Yoshi staring at you. Let me just check my notes
No.
real quick.
They're all staring into your soul.
Oh God.
Hey, his eyes are in the middle, pal. Come on.
Yeah, eyes up here. Eyes up here.
But yeah, guys, if there's any other audio issues, let me know. It's probably gonna be with me, just saying. But everyone else, I think, will be able to make sure everyone is nice and clear and smooth. But
Oh, yeah.
that aside, it's Nintendo Direct season, everybody. I want to know, all you guys, Brandon Bovia, starting with you, how are you feeling? And is there anything that you're, I guess we'll jump right into it. Is there something that you're expecting to see at this Nintendo Direct?
I think this direct has the potential to be an all-timer. And maybe that's just like the Zelda hype getting to me. But like 2023 is such a just like a giant question mark at this point. So I don't know. I'm probably overhyping myself. I don't normally get disappointed at directs. Like it's all just I'm just there for the fun of it, you know? But my ridiculous prediction is I think we're gonna see a remaster of another PS1 Squaresoft RPG, and I'm gonna say it's Xenogears.
Oh, Xenogears. Yeah, we really don't really know what's going to happen this year. We have Tears of the Kingdom. We have Pikmin 4 at some point. We have Kirby coming later this month. But we don't really know like their map for this year. So it's really interesting to try and figure out like what could they plan for like the holidays and such. We're not even sure what we're going to get for the E3 season direct, if there's going to be one, if they're going to forego that one. So it's really like they're gonna put out some stuff now.
Yeah.
But I haven't played Xenogears before, and with all the Xeno hype happening, it'd be really interesting to see that show up. something. I've been wanting to see like what other kind of older era games or classics we could see on Switch at this point. One I had in mind was Skies of Arcadia. I would love to see if Skies of Arcadia could come over onto the Switch, because that's a classic that I haven't played before. I know it's a classic on the Dreamcast. They put it out on GameCube, which is Skies of Arcadia Legends, I believe, and it didn't. It kind of fixed some issues and then brought more issues back. But yeah, David, what are you feeling about this direct? How are you feeling, and what do you think we might see?
Yeah, this is one of those Nintendo Directs where Nintendo is in a position where we literally only know about one thing, and then they can just drop anything they want to at this point. No one's going in with any expectations because there's no expectations to have. So it's like you said, we can get crazy with this one. So I'm gonna go and roll the ball on us getting a Super Mario Odyssey 2 announcement, and it's gonna drop
Oh,
in the same time frame as Mario Odyssey 1. And we're probably going to have a replication of 2017 where we got a Zelda at the top of the year and then the Mario at the back half. So that's my dream. That's what I really want.
And I want that to happen. Like it makes
Mhm.
sense when you consider the structure of 2017. There was so many. That year was packed with games like front to end
Yeah.
in general. But with Tears of the Kingdom coming out, it's like, where is Mario Odyssey 2? You would think there would be like a Mario Galaxy situation where they have just so much more.
Too many ideas.
yeah.
Yeah.
more
Where's
ideas.
Mario in general?
There, but I'll wait
They're
till
letting
it's
him
my
cook.
turn.
He's
Yeah.
making a movie, man.
They
He's
put all that
busy.
money and budget into the movie.
Mhm.
So you have to blame Chris Pratt for that one.
I know.
I have
But,
a whole
all the
marketing
money went.
plan.
But yeah, what are you feeling, Yoshiller? What do you think we're gonna see this? How are you feeling about this going into this direct, the first direct of the year?
I've got like a whole list of like the exact order in which this presentation is going to go, but I think for now, so that everyone has a chance to speak, I'll just touch on the Mario part of it. It goes without saying we're going to get a Mario game this year. They've been trying to do
Mhm.
at least like 2 Mario games a year, and that's basically going to be the case for the rest of existence. The problem we're running into though is that a lot of the heavy hitters for Mario games have come out on Switch already. So we're either we're gonna get like some smaller things. I'm thinking like Mario versus Donkey Kong,
Oh,
or
I'd love that.
we probably will get a new Mario Party, not Mario Party DLC, but just like a new
Ugh.
Mario Party at the same scale as Superstars. I don't think we're gonna get Mario Odyssey 2 at this point. It would make sense to do it because it would help promote the Mario movie in the theme park by proximity. But what I think is actually going to happen is there was a long-standing Donkey Kong game rumor that the in-house Nintendo team was working on a new Donkey Kong game, and that was going to tie into the Donkey Kong expansion that's coming to Super Nintendo World. So I think that's actually what's going to happen. And what I think will happen in this direct is we'll get about halfway through. Miyamoto will come out. He'll say, hey, we're still hard at work on the Mario movie. I don't think we're going to see a new Mario movie trailer, but I think he'll come out, say we're hard at work on it. Super Nintendo World is opening in Hollywood in just a week or two. And also in the Japan side of things, we're opening a Donkey Kong side of the park. And to tie in with that, here's a new Donkey Kong game. That's what I think is going to happen. So if we're getting Mario, it's going to be something smaller unless the Mario baseball rumor is true. And I think we're going to get Donkey Kong instead.
And then he'll
Mario.
open his suit jacket and show off the new DK
DK.
shirt that he made, which is
Of
just the
course.
DK logo. It's just-
Available now on the Nintendo Store.
Incredible.
My gosh.
That's that snippet from my list.
Mhm.
Yeah, that'd be
Gosh.
great.
I was so looking
It's a
forward
good snippet.
to Mario Party Superstars DLC because it felt so ripe for it.
No, so easy.
The trend of DLC has been so random and sporadic with the
Yeah.
series, with different franchises we've seen so far. Like the ones we expect would have it, like Superstars, it hasn't had a single drop of it, but we have all the other sports games that release DLC periodically. They could have added mini games or boards. Boards would have been really nice because I think we play all 5 boards a bit too many times now. So
It stands to reason then
Yep.
that the reason there isn't DLC is because they're already working on the next game. That's got to be
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
gosh, can you imagine if the reason they didn't work on DLC was because they're gonna get the originals on NSO anyway, so we're not gonna do any DLC for this game. And I'm just like, well, I guess I could accept that if you guys want to focus more on the GameCube era now instead of the N64 era.
Mhm.
But,
I don't don't think that's ever stopped Nintendo. Like Nintendo will re-release 2 different Mario and Luigi games on the 3DS in the span of 2 years and still develop a brand new like Mario game for the Switch. Like I don't think comparable re-releases get in the way of what Nintendo has planned anyway. Like we still got the Luigi's Mansion remake and Luigi's Mansion 3 within like a year of each other.
Mhm.
So
That's true.
I don't think it
Yeah.
matters.
Nintendo would
That's just my
sooner
opinion.
release Mario Party 3 on N64 online in July than give us a new Superstars this year. Like they'll just they're like, we'll give you another Mario Party game, the
Never,
old one.
Great.
I can never expect, or I can never anticipate what Nintendo's gonna do with Mario next. So it's really up in the air. But what are you feeling, Alec? I don't want to leave you out of this one, of course. What are you feeling about this direct? And is there anything you want to specifically see coming out of first direct of the year?
That feels like a two-party question, so I'm gonna say that it probably is. But what I'm expecting to see is kind of hard to say, just because this feels like such a like a like there's nothing really other than maybe a couple of rumors here and there about some games that we have not really heard about before. So it's anybody's guess on whether or not that'll come to fruition. But one thing I feel fairly certain is going to happen is some sort of shadow drop for Advance Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost forgot about that
Because
game.
Probably about
it
time.
was like
Many of
Yeah,
us.
it's
it felt
basically
like it was
done.
about time a year ago. So
Yeah.
I think it's about time for real this time. So that's what I'm thinking. We'll probably definitely see. If you ask me what I would like to see, a Tears of the Kingdom campaign trailer. That's what I
Yeah.
would really, really want to
It's
see.
like
Just like
That-
the 2017 trailer for the original
Yes, I was
game.
thinking exactly that.
I want
The voice
that,
acting
but
and
for Tears of the
everything.
Kingdom.
mhm.
Because like, what the heck are they doing? We're only a
We
few
have
months
no
away from this game
idea.
coming out. What is going on? What we're talking about? What, like the new Kirby game on Twitter every now and then? I guess. Like
like-
maybe tomorrow we'll change that, but very, very confused what they're doing with that game. Very odd.
It's like, what are we anticipating? Like we know this is the sequel to Breath of the Wild, and that's
Mhm.
almost it, except for all the little small snippets we've seen of trailers in the past few years now. Like the time it took from Breath of the Wild's announcement to its actual release, this period has become even longer than that. Like I thought we were gonna get a sort of Majora's Mask situation where they're gonna take the assets they have and make something a bit faster, maybe a few years at most. But now we've waited like
Faster.
6 years now.
Yeah. But it's like what's crazy is like Nintendo. I don't remember the flip rate of when we started seeing Breath of the Wild stuff versus when it launched. I think it was maybe 3 months. So if it drops in May and Nintendo's like, we can just show them whenever, and then they'll still get it. So they could probably
Why?
just like
But why
probably
would they
like
do
they could
that?
start with stuff maybe like in March and
Why?
just go crazy in April.
There's nothing else. Like,
Well,
what-
yeah.
what
technically-
happens? That's the big game for the year. What's bigger than Zelda? Like Mario, I
Technically-
guess maybe.
We first started seeing Breath of the Wild stuff in 2014.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
When
like,
Link
yeah,
rode
but
around on that horse and shot
Yeah,
the
yeah,
arrow
yeah.
at the Guardian.
Mm.
But
Yeah, but the game's been cooking for a while, but definitely they're gonna start going hard marketing for like a month straight, just bombard
I
us with
need
everything.
the information blowout now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
dude,
I
I'll
need
eat a sock if they don't have the trailer around tomorrow. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense.
hope you got
Oh
your
my
sriracha
God.
ready.
I can't see a world where we don't see Zelda tomorrow. That's just how confusing it is. Because
Yeah.
like, what happens during E3 season then? Because
Yeah, I
obviously
could
the
see
game
it
comes out
being
before
like
then.
I could see them going straight like it's a 40-minute
confused.
direct, so I could see literally just like 10 minutes of that is just straight up breath like Zelda stuff on the back end.
Sure.
I don't think that's
I'll
gonna
bite.
happen.
Yeah.
I think I
You
sadly
shut
think-
your mouth, Yoshiller!
I sadly think we'll get a trailer. I think it's gonna be at the end of the presentation. I think they're gonna end with Zelda again, and I think we're gonna get a more designated Zelda presentation in like April.
Yeah, a
Mm.
Tears of the Kingdom direct that's just straight
Oh,
30
boy.
minutes.
Just
During
that.
April? Like a month?
Or they
Less than a
announce
month?
something like that during this direct. They're like, yeah,
Right.
we have something to tell you. We're just gonna have a whole day specifically for that.
God, what are they smoking, man? That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I'm sure they're way smarter than I am, but as a regular dude, doesn't make any sense. Just watching from the sidelines.
Yeah, I'm sure they gotta have something like that planned, right? Because we've had game specific directs before, like with Xenoblade, like Xenoblade 2.
Mhm.
Yep.
Platoon,
it's-
Animal Crossing.
It's
Yeah.
definitely a major title enough that it can have its own direct, especially when we don't know much at all. I'm still wondering, where is Zelda? We've seen her fall to the pit, and we never saw
It's
her
gonna-
again.
That was it.
And I'm
It's
like,
gonna be a cultural shift, man. That trailer's gonna be like everything anyone's
cultural
gonna talk
moment.
about for it. Yeah, because it's like, remember that trailer when Zelda just started crying on Link's arms, and we were like, "What happened? What happened?" Yeah, the
That
voice
trailer was amazing.
acting, so
That was-
good.
I know
dude.
I
what's
want-
happening. They're
I wanna
saving
feel
the
something
next
again.
big one for it's gonna be no Zelda. It's gonna be Nintendogs instead. And that's
Oh,
gonna be the big
my!
announcement.
Yo,
for
honestly,
tomorrow.
don't even, because Nintendogs would sell like crazy, bro. We could sell
I
like
would
crazy.
sell
My
it like
partner's
crazy. I would
my
buy
partner
it like
has
crazy.
been on a, she wants a dog so bad, and if they were like Nintendogs, she'd be like, "Gimme,
And you'd be
Shadow
like,
drop that
"Cool.
tomorrow."
That's
Shadow
way
drop that
cheaper than a
tomorrow.
dog."
Yeah,
I
that'd
just
be
want my
great.
little dachshund buddy back. I miss
yeah,
him.
I guess
Probably in my DS.
speaking of games like Nintendogs, is there any like? There's been some unusual picks for Nintendo as far as bringing things over from their past library. Like, for example, the Famicom Detective Club. Not something I expected to see from them out of left field, but I was totally in for it. Is there any title like that you think we might see that we haven't seen for a while that would be something you would show here at the
Yes.
Nintendo Direct? I see Yoshiller raise his hand quickly.
I'll let Yoshiller
Oh,
go first,
all
though.
right.
I will let you go for it, sir.
10 years ago, we had the Year of Luigi, and Nintendo bookended the Year of Luigi with Dr. Luigi. And
Heck yeah.
I think it's time Nintendo brings that over to Switch. And I
Dr.
think
Luigi.
I think we're gonna get something Dr. Mario related, but I would not put it out of the realm of possibility that it is literally just a port of Dr. Luigi, because that is the only HD way, or that's the only HD Dr. Mario game. So I can see Nintendo be like, let's just port that and call it a day. Outside of that, though, unless we're talking about like direct ports of other games straight up, no, I don't think we're gonna get any like wacky zany things like a Nintendogs sequel or a
What is wrong
Pushmo
with you and
sequel.
shooting down my hopes and dreams? This is a
whole
second
list
time?
here that I can go through right now, and I haven't even touched on it yet, outside of saying we're getting a Donkey Kong game. So
Pain.
Uh-oh.
yeah,
The one that you feel
Okay.
very strongly about, Alex, since you seem to have
I
feelings.
do. So like one that I haven't heard from in a while that I would love to hear from in a while that probably won't happen is probably something that a lot of people watching this or even on this panel have even played. Is Elite Beat Agents. I would love to see
Yeah,
an
my
Elite Beat
boy,
Agents.
let's
That'd
go.
That'd be
My
so
boys.
nice. To see another
Yes.
Elite Beat Agents game. I don't know how it would adapt to a Switch screen or anything like that, but you know, they're smart. They can figure it out. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not being paid to figure these things out. Why would
It
I
would be
need to
like the
have a
first line
solution?
of Switch Touch Generation games where it's just all
Exactly.
gameplay.
God.
I mean,
Yeah.
if they can bring the Hatsune Miku games to the Switch, there's got to be some
True,
sort of
true.
solution for Elite Beat Agents, right? So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sure
yeah.
it can adapt in some way,
Yeah.
somehow.
Here's
Oh,
the
yeah.
rhythm game.
Miyamoto.
We have so many rhythm-based games on here. Now we're getting theater rhythm soon. Like, you can adapt rhythm-based
Yep.
games onto the Switch
Mhm.
easily, and it'd be cool if you have it. Yeah, the option to just have it handheld and do it more or less the classic way.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
doable. The magic.
I already have the little Brain Age stylus for my Switch, so I could use
Oh.
that.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Just
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. Is there any kind of unique titles you'd be interested in seeing or might expect to see, Brandon? Do you think there's anything out there that deserves that kind of revival? As
I had one that like I have a little notepad here just full of like my predictions, and I literally typed one in like as I thought of it a couple of seconds ago. So I'm gonna throw out this crazy one: Tomato Adventure HD 2D. And so-
Tomato Adventure. Oh my goodness.
Tomato
Tomato
Adventure
Adventure.
is the GBA RPG that Alpha Dream made before the first Mario and Luigi.
Yeah.
And that one never left Japan. So
Huh.
I'm thinking it could be like a Live Alive kind of situation. It's
Oh,
just
man.
sort of
HD
off the
2D.
cuff. Just bring it back, you
Interesting.
know. I want to
I'm
see
sucker
it.
for those games.
That one looks
HD2Ds.
lovely and delightful. Like,
That's a
the
pull.
The
Yeah,
art style
it's weird.
is right from Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga.
Yeah, it really feels it's like a beta Mario and Luigi almost.
Man, I miss Alpha Dream so much. The
Rip.
or the wonderful things that they made while they were still around. There's no real like Mario RPG available at this point. Like no traditional Mario RPG. They're kind of just not there anymore. So hopefully,
Yeah.
if we don't get anything for like NSO GameCube at this point, then I would just want to get some kind of like remastering of original Paper Mario or
I mean,
Thousand Year Door.
They could put Super Mario RPG on NSO right now, and they
Yeah.
just
Which,
haven't
because
done
it's
that.
crazy, they're just holding on to that. I don't know if it's like a
Yeah.
licensing thing, because it was on the SNES Classic. And
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
just
So it's
even
just
Star Fox 2 is on like SNES online.
it's a weird
So,
omission.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no reason why they couldn't. I just remember like when the Wii Virtual Console games were coming out and they were drip feeding them. Super Mario RPG took an absurdly long time to go on there as well. They celebrated it by it being like the 50th or the 100th release of a game on Virtual Console, so maybe they're waiting for that. But I
would have
don't
impressed
understand
me.
why they would need to though.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's like,
definitely.
are there like any other titles on NSO you think seeing eventually? Like not even like Super Nintendo. Like, is there something? Well, if there's one game on say the Nintendo 64 that you want to see coming, because we know we're gonna get Mario Party 3 is probably coming up, the Pokemon Stadium games. But beyond that, when they finally have once they've exhausted this list now and they get ready to announce a new list, like is there anything that you want to see from the N64 library come over?
You want to go first, Yoshiller?
Yes, I do.
Anyone?
One of my
Yours.
all-time favorite games is for the N64, and it's
Ooh,
Bomberman 64: The Second
Bomberman
Attack.
64.
Oh,
Bomberman
yeah.
64. Okay.
I
No,
would
not
love
no.
I've never played the Second Attack.
Not Bomberman 64. Specifically,
Oh.
not Bomberman 64. Bomberman 64: The Second Attack, which has never had a re-release. Okay, everyone always
Oh.
focuses on Bomberman 64, and that
I had no
game is
idea.
like- no,
That's the
see,
game
you
that-
got all your chat.
Oh,
saying,
I
like,
remember
David
this
is
one.
Bomberman 64.
clarifying.
No, not
Yeah.
Bomberman 64.
I'm just like, what is it?
I
Not
know
Bomberman 64, guys. He's talking about Bomberman 64.
The Second Attack.
With Palmer.
That game specifically. Bomberman 64 gets re-released all the time, and I don't care. It's the sequel that needs to get re-released because
You
that
and these-
game is basically a Zelda-like. And
doesn't
the
care.
multiplayer
I
is
respect that
awesome.
energy.
You and these niche pulls, Yoshiller. You and your Mr. Drillers and your Bombermans
I've
and
been-
your...
The Second Attack is awesome. It's got the composer from Chrono Trigger. The single player is a Zelda-like with co-op. The multiplayer is Bomberman 64's, but it's better. And it's like got some of the coolest puzzle mechanics I've seen in a game. And the soundtrack is awesome. 64: The Second Attack, please. Please.
I have never played that
Give this
one.
man
I
a
wanted-
suck.
That's why it needs to get re-released so people can finally experience it.
I've been looking for the physical, a physical cartridge of Bomberman 64: The Second Attack for the longest time because I love the first one, Bomberman 64. I love Bomberman Hero for how weird it is, but I've never played the Second Attack, and I want to.
It's awesome. It starts out slow like most good games, but it's awesome.
I've been holding out until I get some kind of proper release of it to play it. I'm not gonna go out and do other methods of playing this game. I want to have it in the actual context of it's in my hands, or at least on NSO in this case.
Well, if it's co-op, so when it comes out, if you want to play co-op, I can show you how it's done.
I would be down for
How it's done.
I would be down for playing this.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah,
It's
not
a
well
a
known.
rare game. It's like $200, but it's fantastic.
Wow.
I saw David had to do a
That's
little
my-
bit of
that's my
Googling
golden
on that
goose
one.
right
Yeah, I was like, I gotta.
I was like, what is
I'm
this?
learning about games I never heard of before
But
today.
what's probably going to happen is they'll put Bomberman 64 on NSO and never the sequel because that's how it
Yeah.
always happens. That's
Yeah.
exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to be
That's-
bummed out again.
That's what hurts me because the one that I want to see is Banjo-Tooie. I enjoy Banjo-Tooie.
Oh, my boy.
I enjoy that game more than the original. I know some people will
Oh,
disagree.
right.
with
You're
that.
one of those
Whoa,
weirdos.
that's
Yeah.
controversial, Daniel.
I actually went. Yeah, I was just saying. I went back and played Tui on Rare Replay recently after playing Banjo Kazooie, and I was like, I get why people don't prefer 60, like the first one over the second one. I get it, but also they did a lot of good, cool things in Tui. But I get the hesitation for
They
sure.
were super ambitious with that game.
Yeah.
The worlds are huge, and I know that's part of the reason why people don't like it. But I want to show
The
people
split up pads,
when
man.
the split up paths. It was a amazing mechanic. You could just split them apart and completely tackle the game in a whole different way. But the one part that made me really enjoy that game, it's weird to say it, but like a cheat code, the Super Banjo cheat code, it makes you so you can move around the field twice as fast. So the largeness of the vastness of these worlds is not as bad anymore, and it made it just a lot more accessible. Weird enough. That's something I would tell people always to do if they ever want to play Banjo-Tooie, because it makes it a lot more doable. But
The
yeah,
wildest thing with Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie was the whole stop and swap thing. With like, it always felt like people were doing alchemy whenever they actually explained how the stop and swaps work. Because it was like you need to have both cartridges. You got to put in one
yeah.
cartridge, take it out with the switch, this thing still on, put it back
Yeah,
in, transfer
it's
the
still so
data.
confusing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. The but yeah, Rare's library. I'm glad to see more and more on there. We just got GoldenEye just the other week, so hopefully there's still accounts for that. I know some people want like Diddy Kong Racing. I know Brandon.
Definitely.
Is Perfect Dark on there?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No, it's not. Is that the one you want to see, Brandon?
No, I've never played it.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of rare N64 games.
Yeah. Speaking of rare games, definitely wondering if they would ever put. Wait, what was GoldenEye's rating? What was GoldenEye rated? M?
Right?
Wasn't that a T?
A T, yeah.
Rated
I'll
T?
check
It wasn't
right now.
M.
Okay.
Like I thought
Okay.
it was.
Yeah.
Because I was like, if it was, I was like, do you ever think Rare would play nice enough with Nintendo to get Conker's Bad Fur Day on there?
It's T.
Oh
T.
boy.
Do you think?
It's a tall order.
Original.
I know it's taller. I'm like, bro, come on, just give it back. Come on.
I mean, I think
Great.
the answer is yes. If we can get rated R movies on Disney Plus, we can get rated M music on NSO.
Yeah. Hey.
Rated M games on NSO.
But also, given that a game that I would want on N64 Online is, since Rayman is actually officially coming back in Mario Rabbids this year, I would love for Rayman 2 on N64 to come onto N64 Online. That's like my favorite version of the game. There's like multiple versions of Rayman 2 all across multiple platforms and remakes. But Rayman 2, The Great Escape, was my jam. I love that game so much. Give us that back, please.
I missed out on playing Rayman on the
Wow.
N64, so that would be a wonderful chance for me to get into that as well. God, yeah, I want to see this man return, some shape or
Bring it
form.
back.
This
Like-
Rayman return.
I want to see this Rayman return to form. I guess he is coming back because he's going to be on the Sparks of Hope DLC
Isn't-
eventually.
Yeah. Mario
Yeah.
Rabbids.
True.
What's actually
Something
interesting
I
is
think we're gonna see in the presentation.
It could be a
Sparks
Sparks of
Sparks
Hope stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually I got Sparks of Hope recently, and I was like, I played maybe like 5 hours of it. It's really good. So the fact that they're putting so much DLC in this one compared to the original Kingdom Battle, I'm like, yeah, let's go. Like that team really knows what to do with the Mario IP. Hope they get more games out of that team with Nintendo.
Yeah, they really understand like how Mario should act in anime. It's always been done so well from the first Mario & Rabbids and this one as well. So I'm looking forward to see how they interact with a character like Man. But yeah, IPs that we haven't seen in a while. It's so good to see them emerge like this. But I want to ask, see here. So Alec, are you a Metroid fan?
I am, yes.
What are the chances? What is the probability that we're going to see something about Metroid, whether it's Prime 4 or potentially another 2D Metroid game? Because I personally, I want to know what Retro Studios is doing.
It's
Like,
been 100
Oh,
years.
yeah, I know.
Been
They've just been
forever.
cooking. They've been cooking and letting
They
it
have been
burn,
cooking.
basically. They've been cooking for a while.
Since
They
the
have-
singular logo.
I think it's likely that we'll see something Metroid Prime 4 related. I don't think we'll see something Metroid Prime HD Collection related, if that makes sense.
That's true.
I feel like people
because-
would usually say the opposite, but I don't know. I've kind of given up hope on the collection, to be quite honest with you. So
Never give up hope.
But
That's the
it
never
does
give
feel
up
like
hope.
It's time. It feels like it's time for Metroid Prime 4 finally.
In
4
considering this
years.
is also
If
a
we got
40-minute
Pikmin 4,
direct.
come on now.
Yeah.
Pikmin
seriously.
4 will probably be there too. Double dosage of
Oh,
4.
yeah.
That'd be pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think a 40-minute direct smack dab right in the middle of February. Well, it's not, but I wanted to say smack dab. So yeah, a big 40-minute direct to kick off 2023. It'd be really nice to see some Metroid Prime 4 and some Pikmin
Yeah.
4 and that really nice shirt that Miyamoto made himself. So
yeah, at this point,
Showed it himself.
I don't
yeah,
even,
you
I
did
don't
it.
even care if it's like a trailer. I just want to know they acknowledge that they're working on it again.
Yeah.
At this point, because I've been waiting for that for so long now. And even if not that, like even if it's just like the HD remake of Metroid Prime 1, you kind of
Yeah.
test the waters of what this title is gonna feel like.
What if
terms of this-
Metroid Prime 4 actually does have a trailer, but it's a third-person shooter now?
Oh.
Ooh!
You could do that a little bit in Hunters. Just
Returning
saying.
to
Yeah,
Other
just like,
M.
yeah.
As
There
I
was
say,
some-
Prime
there
Force
was some
actually Other M
mechanics.
2.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
With moments of Metroid Prime first-person shooting, and then that's all
Oh
we get.
god.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm really hoping we get some kind of information on that. I've been waiting for so long. Metroid Dread did extremely well for what it is, and people are
That's right.
very much interested in the IP. So feed
Yeah.
me that. I'm waiting for it, please.
I basically got into Metroid through Dread, so I'm ready for more.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Need
Yeah,
more.
I was one of those
Yeah.
people who caused the influx of sales of like Zero Mission and Zero
Yep,
Mission
me too.
on the Wii U, because I never
Yep.
actually owned that. I have Fusion on my 3DS actually because I have the Ambassador program. So this is my favorite way to play Fusion.
Oh, lucky. Nice.
Just had that
Wow.
on you.
Yeah, I just have it
Amazing.
right here. Ready to go.
Ready to flex whenever in a moment's notice.
Well, I did some math, and I think the odds of this presentation starting with Metroid Prime is 92%. If you guys want to see my
Oh,
work there.
We
you
get-
did the math. You
Yeah.
just did the
Plank-
math.
Well, 'cause I
Plankton
figured
voice.
the
I went to
odds are-
college.
The odds
that-
are basically it boils down to MP equals screw attack squared over 100, and that when you boil the math down, that screw attack over 10 equaling the plus or minus square root of MP, which as everyone knows equals 92%. So I figure
Math
it's gonna
checks out.
start. It's gonna start with Metroid Prime 4. We're gonna get like the cold open, kind of go straight into it, and then it'll end with Holiday 2023, and then they'll do the welcome to the Nintendo Direct. Da 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 da. I'm Koizumi or whoever's hosting this presentation. Now let's get into
Me,
some
it's
Switch
me.
highlights, and then and then it's gonna be like Metroid Prime HD is coming to Switch as well, and they'll talk about that. And then after they talk about Metroid Prime HD, they'll touch on the stuff that's coming out soon. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, Fire Emblem DLC, Xenoblade DLC, Splatoon 3 DLC, and then they'll bookend it with Zelda. So the big
Right.
two announcements from this presentation, and if we get the Donkey Kong game in the middle, are going to be Metroid Prime 4 and Zelda, and then we'll have Donkey Kong in the middle of the whole thing.
Can't
I'm a
wait.
communications major, so I can't really argue with that math. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I'm
I
not a
wasn't a math
scientist, so I
major.
can only
I
trust
was.
you.
I went to an art college, so maybe my work's a little sloppy, but
Nah, it's not
Mm.
true.
I trust your numbers. I trust you. You checked your numbers. No worries.
thank you.
Right, right.
Gosh, yeah, pretty much any kind of information on this would be so greatly appreciated. I don't know. It's one of those ones where I'm just like, it absolutely has been time for some kind of news update. I guess the thing is just like with COVID happening, it threw the production schedules out of whack. Like it went insane.
Yep.
Like I was mentioning this the other day with the Fire Emblem video I had done, where that game was done for a while. That game had already been done, but they couldn't really fit it into the schedule at this point because it was announced at the last Nintendo Direct, and it's
Yeah.
released.
And
since
Xenoblade
then.
was the same way, right?
Yeah, I think.
Or they just kind of sat on it,
I
which is
think
why they
so.
moved it up because it was done.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the schedule release was moved up, which is unprecedented, unheard of in the industry. So, I guess they kind of had to shuffle around release schedules for things because last year consisted of like Fire Emblem, Three Hopes, and Xenoblade, and then immediately Three Hopes was tossed aside for Engage to be announced, and we're probably not going to get any DLC on Three Hopes because we're already getting DLC for Engage, which is probably way too early to expect any kind of news for that because the game just came out. So I would probably just expect that a couple months from now. But if there's still DLC, do you think we might see anything soon on Mario Kart? Because that game's never going to
Yes.
stop releasing
the
content.
next
Oh yeah,
wave.
easily.
We're absolutely
Yeah.
that's a lock.
Yeah.
We're absolutely seeing
Yeah.
the next, at least
Yeah.
two of the
Mhm.
tracks.
We're never gonna. It's never going to die. It's just the game that's going to sell forever, even after the Switch stops being sold.
They
Even
keep
after
making
we're
that
gone
damn
and
bundle.
dead, this game will
That
still
same
be getting
bundle.
updates.
Maybe
Well,
this
now that
year
they've
they'll
made
bundle the
DLC
OLEDs with it.
Now that they've made DLC, those people that were on the fence saying, well, I already got Mario Kart on the Wii U, so why do I need it on the Switch? Now that there's going to be 48 more tracks, a lot of my friends that were on that fence are like, okay, I'll get it now.
Yep.
So,
Mhm.
You got him.
God, I
There
know
you go.
people
That's
like that.
50 million more copies right there.
yeah.
Oh my God. They know what to do. They know the secret to get people to buy Mario Kart again.
It's
Uh,
never gonna.
Do you
But
think we're
yeah.
gonna get a new special design Switch announced in this direct? That's
I
gonna be bundled with with like some game or something.
I do not.
do you
Tears of the
believe?
Kingdom feels like the easy lock, but I'm on the fence.
Yeah, do you believe in
It feels
the
too early for that
Tears of the
anyway.
Kingdom one that we saw a while back? Could that
I
No,
would
be?
that
hope
no,
not.
no, it's not gonna look like that. We are gonna get
I
one.
would
It's not
hope
gonna
it's
look like
not
that
that
one.
one.
I'll probably. This might be the one time I get one because I still have my day one Switch with Breath of the Wild, and it's struggling. Like when I was playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I felt like it was gonna be on its last limbs, just struggling to make all that magic happen. So if
You
there's
can
an
hear the
OLED
fan
model,
just screaming for help.
like stop. Oh, I love. It's weird. I love seeing these new interesting uh designed models. Like the Splatoon was gorgeous. That one looks
Splatoon one's amazing.
so
Ugh.
nice, and I haven't gotten a single one of them. I love to see them. I love to kind of make mock-ups of them sometimes, but I've yet to really get one that's like I need that one right away. And if there's a Zelda one, that's probably gonna be the one because we don't know how much longer this Switch life cycle is gonna last.
Yeah. Look, you're gonna have that
True.
OLED for like 8 months, and then you're gonna have to
No.
upgrade.
No. At this point, it's not even me upgrading to have like an OLED to play handheld because I hardly play handheld. This is going to be so I can have a Switch that's not going to be on its last limbs.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I know a lot of people are talking about Mario Sluggers being dropped tomorrow, or at least announced tomorrow.
My
Hmm.
God.
Yeah.
It would make me sad, honestly.
You
I
said it
would
make
be
you
sad.
sad?
It would. I don't like Strikers. Wasn't even a year ago. I don't like.
Oh, so you're just
this-
afraid of how
I'm so
mid
burnt.
it would be.
It's not. It's not going to be done. They are
Yeah.
not going to let that game cook. It will.
You
It
as
will
well as
come out
spark
undercooked.
optimism.
Yeah.
Because
So-
Mario Super Sluggers on the Wii, if I recall correctly, was made by Namco. Namco's got a pretty good reputation of being able to get pretty bulky games in a pretty fast amount of time. And if it
That
helps,
is true.
Mario
Super Sluggers
Super
was amazing.
Sluggers was known for its roster, and
roster
it's
was so
known and
good.
because it's baseball, you only need 2 players. So if they
Mhm.
were going to implement an online system, and I assume they would because Nintendo's trying to push that stuff now,
Yeah.
the idea of it only needing one other player to connect to online may be beneficial for the game's online longevity. And therefore, that would mean that Namco, all they really need to program, probably 4 or 5 good courts, and then like 20 characters. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot when Mario Super Sluggers had like 60, and you had like Baby Donkey Kong and whatever as
All the
options.
babies.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
and King
Uh-huh.
K. Rool and whatever.
Mhm.
But I do foresee a model where this actually works better than it did for Mario Strikers and Mario Golf. Because
I can
when I
see
think
that.
about development of the Mario sports games, tennis seems the easiest because you model the courts and then
Yeah.
you model the characters. Golf, you got to model these big ol' like
All the
lands,
courses,
landscape,
Ovals.
and then Super Rush was like, well, and then we're gonna add a mechanic where you can actually run through the course and run to the ball. So you got to make sure that each level now functions as like a platforming level. But
Mhm.
baseball, in a similar vein to tennis, it's you model the courts, and then you just select
And
your
you're good.
roster. And since I assume we don't need any crazy specials per character, you really could copy paste a couple templates for some characters, which I know might sound lazy, but if it means we get 50, 60 characters, who cares?
Why
at that
not?
point?
Yeah.
So that's my thinking. And
Yeah.
I, as I said earlier, we're gonna get Mario something. Baseball is a good pick. I feel like people are. I know there's a rumor for it, but I feel like people are only saying that because Mario Strikers came back. So they're like,
Mhm.
well, then naturally the next sport would be baseball, right? And it's like, I don't think that
Be cool if we got
confirms
hoops.
it, but it'd be cool.
Mario
I
Hoops
would-
coming out would be clean.
I was you were just
Oh,
about to
snap.
say Mario
Mhm.
Hoops. Bring
Yeah.
it back.
Mario
The
Hoops
problem
count,
with Mario
yeah,
Hoops
baby.
is that Square Enix made that. So Square Enix
Yeah.
and Nintendo would have to be on collaboration terms again, which they might be. It'd be
Yeah,
nice.
Hey,
because
it's
the
fair.
I
Sportsmix
would
had
hope.
the.
They
Fire-
dump out like
Oh,
5 Switch
yeah.
games a month.
And
That's true,
Octopath
too.
Traveler 2 as well this month. So
And
Yeah.
one thing I want to touch on with that is, do you think they're going to touch on any of the Dragon Quest stuff that they announced like a year or 2 ago in that Japan exclusive presentation where they announced like Dragon Quest 12, Dragon Quest 3, 2.5D HD remake, Dragon Quest what was it, 10 offline. Like, do you think any
Yep.
of that's going to show up in this direct? Because I think there's actually a decent chance that it will.
I think Dragon Quest X will not be localized.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh no.
But I
In
will put on my clown makeup
2023.
and hope for DQ3 HD again.
That's the
every
one I'm
direct,
mainly
every
caring about.
direct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I want to
Give me.
see DQ3 HD looks so pretty, and where'd it go? They showed it and then they pull it away, and now I'm just like, where'd it go? Where's my Dragon Quest 3?
Where is it? Yeah,
But
that
that's
was like
probably
2 years ago.
that's probably the most likely one. I think Dragon Quest 12 is going to be something that they announce on their own terms.
Yeah, that sounds like something that would be at its own event.
Because it really looked like they're gonna try and shape the core face of the franchise, and that's gonna be a cultural shift for Japan for sure. Whenever they announce,
Oh,
it's not gonna be a strategy RPG like what we traditionally had a RPG. But yeah, most likely Dragon Quest 3. Where is it? I want to see it. I want to play it. It looks gorgeous. I haven't played Dragon Quest 3, so it's something.
And that's the big one. Yeah.
Hmm.
I see you're saying that
Mario Sports.
Mario Sports. I love playing that on GameCube.
I have a couple other things on here if you want me to run through the list of the rest of my predictions.
Let's see. Does anyone else have?
Yeah.
Before Yoshiller goes on a
Yeah.
blazes
It'll
through his
Before he
list
unravels the scroll.
and shuts all our other predictions down.
Yeah, sorry. When you put it that way, I didn't
No,
mean to hog the
No, it's all
conversation.
good. It's all good. I just want to make sure everyone gets their thoughts out before anyone gets like on. My audio go crazy? No, I'm good.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm like conscious
Yeah,
about my
you sound
audio
great.
going flipping out. I'm glad it's behaving right now. But one title that I wanted to touch on that I as far as like weird titles that we might not see coming that might be coming back from the Nether, man, I want to see. I've been saying this for a while now. The Mysterious Murasame Castle is something that I wish I could see revived because it's essentially like
Google this too.
like the old. It's structured as a Zelda title, and to have something like that remade and presented in something we can play today, I think that'd be really cool. I think we could do a lot with that, and
it's a hugely iconic Famicom game that I feel like we didn't get here, so we don't have like any reference for it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's referenced in a lot of Nintendo games, so like
Does look like Zelda.
Release it.
Takamaru has been in multiple titles from like he's been represented in Smash Brothers. There was the
Nintendo
Dynasty
Land.
Warriors that did a whole campaign on Takamaru in the Mysterious Murasame Castle, and just like other random shots like the Captain Rainbow showing him as well. And it's just a title that's been teased at. I want to see more of that, and I know there's potential there to give it a new audience, kind of like with Famicom Detective Club. But yeah, that's
I actually think that's a good idea, frankly, because I was trying to think like what other retro franchises can come back, and that's just not one that went through my radar. And then you said it, and I'm like, that's it. That's the answer. That's the one I was looking for.
I'm holding out for it.
Yeah,
holding out for that one. But
EBA.
Is there any other kind of predictions that you have, David?
Yeah. So definitely we're gonna see some more Pikmin 4 stuff. We saw like a little clip, it's alive, don't worry about it type of thing last time. So yeah, buy the shirt. I saw the shirt in person. I thought about it, didn't get it. But yeah, definitely Pikmin 4 is I think it was just saw it online. I saw it online that it was still available. And I was like, maybe I get it. But
maybe.
I'm a big Pikmin fan. Pikmin is a game that grew on me over time. You can't just get a kid a GameCube when they're in first grade and just be like, "Here's Pikmin," and I'm like, "What the heck is this?" So I just but then as I got, what is this? And then as I got older, I started appreciating the franchise, and now like Pikmin 3, I love Pikmin 3. I have Pikmin 1 and 2 on my Wii with the new Play controls, and then I didn't get 3 Deluxe, but I'm looking forward to Pikmin 4. Because if this one's taking more of like more open area approach, and also they're gonna have to change up how the gameplay works because now you don't have the touch screen in your face all the time, like with the Wii U. So now like the multitasking might have to get changed up a little bit here. But I am looking forward to seeing how this goes. If we're gonna get like, how many more new Pikmin are we gonna get, if at all any? The new Nope monsters we're gonna be throwing our Pikmin at in this game, terrifying creatures. Um, and just I hope Bingo Battle comes back with online
Oh,
because I
that'd be so
want that.
good. I
I love
love
Bingo Battle.
Bingo Battle.
It's like you can't do it with everybody, but when you find someone who knows how to play Pikmin, it's a damn good time. Love that. So looking forward to whatever Pikmin 4 has, and I hope we get some more shorts to go with it. What if
that's
what
right.
if in the Mario movie we get a Pikmin short
Oh my
before the
goodness.
movie?
Oh,
That'd be
That'd
crazy.
be
That'd be
fantastic.
great.
That would be pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Go back to
Advertising
the
But
old Pixar days where you get a short.
Yeah.
Before the movie. Yeah.
But
Well, part of me is kind of
definitely.
hoping for
That'd
like
be so
a
cool.
Rosalina short somewhere, like in between, whether it be at the front or the end of the movie. That's what I'm hoping for. But
I
I
feel
know
like
it's a lot of
Yeah.
copium, so
there's that Luma in the Happy Meal, which confirms in some way or
McDonald's
I know,
spoilers,
I
bro.
know,
McDonald's
that's-
spoilers.
They're always spoiling you.
That's like part of my reasoning for
Thanks,
like,
McDonald's.
that'd be really cool little Easter egg. But
Hmm.
oh well, we'll have to wait and see until April.
Yeah.
God,
Because even like in Super Nintendo World in Hollywood, there's also Pikmin around the park there too. So definitely they're gonna be pushing Pikmin, and then I wouldn't doubt that even with like the Pikmin 4 thing, they have like a special event in Super Nintendo World where they maybe plant more Pikmin around the park or something, or have like Pikmin flower arrangements or something at the park. That'd be pretty
more Pikmin,
cool. Hmm.
more.
More Pikmin.
All right, well
More.
that makes sense, I guess. More.
Down for Pikmin. God, I love playing. I played so many hours of Pikmin 2. Like, just more hours than I feel like I
That game
should
is
have
hard.
in the
That game gets hard.
underground. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Even
Just
though
in
like,
the dungeon.
like 80% of the game is underground, unfortunately,
Mhm.
but I spent so
Oof.
much time in those places, and it was a fun challenge. I hope we get something like that, but just not. I guess it's because like the underground kind of did away with the time limit, more or less, and so I
Yeah.
felt more free to do that. And I hope there's some way or form that they do that with Pikmin 4, because I mean the time limit obviously gives you like a
Sense of urgency.
yeah, that urgency, but
You'd
Yeah.
have to do the opposite, where instead of going underground, you'd have to go up, like climbing a tree or something. And so,
Mhm.
like, you
Oh,
go through
yeah.
different floors of the tree, but you still have
Honestly,
like, a
yeah,
time limit
that'd
per
be
floor
cool.
or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
there's like little tree houses that the enemies build or something, and you
Yeah.
kinda
Like
do
you
stuff
gotta
with
get
them.
really big, valuable fruit that are hanging on the vines, and you gotta climb up the tree and
Oh
stuff.
god,
Yeah.
more
And
fruit. Oh
and you
god.
get like 5 minutes of floor or something. Like
Yeah.
if you want the in between, it has to be something like that.
And then we get squirrels. We gotta
Oh,
kill
no.
squirrels with our Pikmin. Just
It's like some
Alright,
demonic
alright.
looking squirrel because of the way the animal and plant life and wildlife have evolved. So it's like a squirrel with like 6 legs and a deformed head, and you're like,
oh
oh
jeez.
no.
Oh, I don't want it anymore. Take it back. Take it back.
Lord have mercy.
But deep down, you also still think it's kind of cute because it's still Pikmin. But yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, the there's so many different like titles I'm looking forward to seeing something, and I'm always excited to see the thing that no one's gonna discuss that's gonna pop up out of nowhere. Those are kind of the most fun ones. So the most fun
Those are
little
my favorites.
those in there that we can get.
Kid Icarus.
Kid
Oh,
Icarus.
Oh gosh.
please.
That was one of the things on my list.
Oh, please.
That's
one of the
Kid Icarus
things on the
remake.
list.
How badly do you want this remake, Alec? Tell me.
Very badly. I would give my left foot.
Careful with words.
for
Family stream. Family stream.
I would give my
Kidney.
left foot for that. I'll tell you.
Okay.
I don't need it. I can find something to replace it. And then I'll give my right foot for a Twilight Princess HD port. And that's it. Then I'll
Where
be
did those
fine.
ports go?
I won't have any feet, but I'll be fine.
I feel
We haven't
those
gotten
have
Wind
been
Waker or
rumored for the
Twilight
whole
Princess.
generation.
Yeah.
I know.
Where
See,
are
listen, I campaigned for years for Mario Galaxy to finally make its way to Switch. I loudly complained about every single discussion video I had. Yoshiller was on some of them. Every single discussion video I had talking about Mario 35 and blah, blah. I was like, there better be a Mario Galaxy in here. I'm going to lose it. I will chop off my left foot if that doesn't happen.
Oh god.
Thankfully it did. Thankfully it did. So I still have my left foot, but that means I could just use it for something else. That being a Kid Icarus remake or a Twilight Princess HD port, which I would, if that happens, I will just be so happy and I'll never complain again. But I'll find something to complain about. But I will vouch to not do it for a while. So
Well, I do agree with the Kid Icarus take. I'm waiting to see what in the world is happening with that game. Like Sakurai like coyly teases it about
Yeah,
how
he
maybe
just
someone's
he's like,
making it.
Oh, he knows.
maybe somebody will.
Sakurai knows that when he says something, people will perk up and listen. And
Yes.
whether that's like a call for someone to get working on that, or maybe he's teasing that maybe he knows a company that is working on that because Bandai Namco and he are working closely together ever since Smash Brothers. Yeah, like what
He knows what he did.
What does he know? Is he cooking something?
Yeah, what is he cooking?
Get him out of the kitchen already. He's been in there too long.
He's making YouTube
He's out here
videos.
making YouTube videos.
He's taking our
like and
jobs.
subscribe button. Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. But God, I adore Kid Icarus Uprising. That's like one of the best games that I played. Not just on 3DS, but just one of my
It's
favorite
one of the
games in
funniest
general.
games, dude.
What are the best Nintendo games ever made?
It's just
Yeah.
anime. Sakurai made a playable anime with
Yeah.
gods and goddesses and an angel and the best version of Hades I've ever seen in my life.
When does that come out? The second one?
Oh,
Hades 2?
oh gosh.
I was like,
Isn't
what
that
do you
this year?
what do you
Yeah,
mean?
Kid Icarus' sequel? What do you know that I don't know? What are you not telling us? I don't know. Oh my gosh, I forgot when that was going to come out. Yeah, we haven't really talked about any like indie titles we might see at the show as well.
Oh.
There's so many. There's so many good indies that we already know about.
Mhm.
I'm gonna with you. We're probably not going to see too many, if any, because we're probably going to separate
the Indie World Directs.
presentation. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
guy
they
loves
kind
just
of-
like taking a fat dump on everyone's hopes.
We're gonna indie.
If you
No.
just let me go
No.
through the list, it's said and done. I know the whole layout of this whole presentation in order, verbatim, how long everything's gonna be, and it's right here. And I
Let him
can
read off
see it
his
here.
uncle's email. Let him
Alright.
read off his uncle's
All
email.
right.
If everyone has their predictions all squared away, and if they're cool with Yoshiller taking the wheels with telling us exactly what's going to
It's
be on
only
the
gonna
show,
take like 5 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Let us know. I want to know what the show's
go.
going to be. I'm ready for the spoilers.
Okay. All right, let me move it over to this monitor so my eye contact still looks like I'm kind of looking forward. All right, here's the deal. Let me preface it with what we're not gonna see. Okay, no Pokemon, nothing Pokemon.
Oh,
No other
that.
Zelda games besides Tears of the Kingdom. No Mario Party DLC, though a new game isn't out of the question, and no Animal Crossing. I think Animal Crossing is done getting updates.
yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
So those are the 4 things we're not gonna see. Now
Make me
here's
cry.
how it's
Yes.
gonna go. It's gonna start off with the cold open into Metroid Prime 4. All right, we're gonna
We're
at least
opening with 4.
we're gonna open with
Oh,
4.
snap.
We're gonna at least
Okay.
see like what the
a lot.
graphical style of the game is gonna be. Whether or not we get gameplay, I don't know just yet. But we're gonna at least be like, yo, that's an HD looking Metroid Prime game, and then it's gonna say 4, and then it's gonna say Holiday 2023. All right, and then they're gonna do like the
This year?
this year.
Oh my
This
goodness.
year, this year.
Oh
After all
boy!
this
It's
silence.
ready, baby. It's coming. All right, and then we're gonna get the little like transition, and Koizumi's gonna come out, or whoever wants to present it. And they're gonna be like, "Hi, I'm gonna tell you about all the games that Nintendo's working on. We've got a lot of great things, so we hope you're just as excited as we are. All right, let's get started. Snap. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, a classic Metroid Prime game is coming to the Nintendo Switch, and then it's Metroid Prime 1 HD, not the trilogy, just the first game, and that's gonna come out like next month. All right, that's
Okay.
ready to go. All right, then they're gonna touch on Kirby's
Man.
Return to Dreamland Deluxe because that's coming out like 2 weeks from
2
now, and they
weeks,
always
yeah.
touch on the games that come out 2 weeks
Oh, yeah,
from now,
of
and they're
course.
basically
Yeah, they
just gonna
have
make
to.
sure that everyone's on the same page. They're gonna be like, okay, here's all the new Magalore content, and here's a bunch of mini games, and here's like the 1 or 2 abilities that we added to the game, and that's coming out. This is just kind of your friendly reminder. All right, cool. Then that's
Please
gonna
buy it.
end. Then they're gonna talk about Bayonetta Origins because that was announced at the Game Awards. And
Forgot
they're gonna
about
be like,
that. I
oh yeah,
want
that's
that,
a
yeah.
thing we're working on. That's coming out
Oh,
soon
yeah.
as well.
Right,
Bada
right,
bing, bada boom. All right. Then we're gonna get like the onslaught of DLC. All right, we're gonna get the Fire Emblem Engage DLC. We're gonna get the Xenoblade 3 DLC. We're gonna get the Splatoon 3 DLC. We're gonna get the Mario plus Rabbids DLC. But we're not gonna see the Mario Kart DLC at that part. That's for a different part. All right.
Okay.
After the DLC onslaught, Advance Wars coming out like next week. All right, that's just gonna come out. Then they're gonna focus on third-party titles. I'm thinking Puzzle Bobble Everybody, Minecraft Legends, potentially something Dragon Quest related, and probably Rune Factory. All right. Bada bing, bada
Mhm.
boom. Then
Bada
Miyamoto's gonna
boom.
come in. He's gonna say, we're hard at work on the Mario movie. They're not gonna show us another trailer. He's just gonna mention Super Nintendo World's open in Hollywood. We're building a Donkey Kong expansion in Japan. By the way, here's a new Donkey Kong game to help promote that part of the park. Boom, we're gonna see this Donkey Kong
Holy!
game. All right,
Oh,
that's
God.
gonna be awesome. And then Miyamoto's like, "Are you excited? I hope you look forward to more installments that we're doing outside of just video games." All right, back to the presentation.
And then the
All right,
T-shirt.
and
The
then at
T-shirt.
that point,
Yeah, he's got a-
after the Miyamoto intermission, we're gonna get if Mario Baseball is gonna be announced, it's gonna be there. It's gonna be at that part, right after this halfway point with Miyamoto. All right.
Oh my
If
god!
it's
All
not
right.
Mario Baseball, then it's gonna either be the next Mario Party or it's gonna be Mario versus Donkey Kong, like I said before,
I would love that.
or it's gonna be Dr. Luigi. But we'll see.
No.
All right.
Isn't Mario versus Donkey Kong defunct or no?
No, that's still going, but it's more that mini Mario stuff.
Get those minis out of here. I want to
All
control
right,
Mario
all
and do
right.
Oh, not the
backflips again.
minis.
Not the biddies on the move.
And then after that, they're gonna talk about Nintendo Switch Online. They're gonna announce the next batch of Mario Kart tracks there. One of the tracks will be LA Laps. The other
Okay.
7, I'm pretty sure there's not gonna be any more N64 tracks. That's all I got. And then he's gonna say, by the way, Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games are coming to the service, and it's gonna start
Dreaming
off
big,
with 5
baby.
Game Boy games
Oh,
and 5
man.
Game Boy Advance games. And the Game
Dreaming
Boy
big,
games are gonna
baby.
be Super Mario Land,
Oh,
Donkey
we got
Kong
titles.
94, Link's
Uh-huh,
Awakening, Kirby's
uh-huh.
Dream Land, Kirby's
Uh-huh.
Dream Land, and Tetris. And then the Game
Feed
Boy
me.
Advance games are gonna be Mario Kart, F-Zero Climax, WarioWare, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, and Zelda Minish Cap. And then upcoming games will include Super Mario Land 2 and Superstar Saga. And then we're gonna eventually get into a Pikmin 4 gameplay trailer. And then after that, we're gonna get some third-party ports. We're gonna get Metal Gear
Daniel.
Solid. We're gonna get Half-Life. We're gonna get Kid Icarus Uprising. And then maybe we'll get something Sonic. And if it's Sonic, it's gonna be Sonic Adventure 1 and or 2. And then the presentation will
Boy.
conclude with Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, where they'll actually have like a big drop of like a big reveal, but the trailer's still only going to be like a minute or 2 long, and all we're going to have to do is sit here and make another speculatory video on what that could all possibly mean. And then maybe we'll get the announcement that there's a Zelda themed presentation either coming like in a week or 2, and if they don't say it then we're probably getting a Zelda presentation in April. And that is the end of that Nintendo Direct.
Man, Yoshiller, if that was true, I would
Okay.
be the happiest boy. The happiest.
I can't wait.
And when
That's
that
not a
all
direct. That's a
comes
wish
true,
list.
You can all come back to this little snippet of this Good Vibes gaming stream, and you can say, "Wow, Yoshiller, you really nailed it. You should go buy a lottery ticket." And that's exactly what I'll do.
And then he will. And then we'll
And then the
win
Nintendo
lottery.
ninjas will knock on your door and be like, "How did you know?"
Yeah, we didn't tell you all that.
How did you know?
Right.
Yeah.
I can't wait to take the Nintendo Direct and make the Spark Notes version, which is Yoshiller's commentary going throughout the entire Direct. That would be my next
And when
project.
Dr. Luigi gets announced, I want you all to think of me and be like,
I will.
screw you, Yoshiller.
I will say, if we do get Game Boy games on NSO, I think we would probably get Pokemon Blue and/or Red to coincide with them dropping Stadium like the same day.
I don't
please.
think it's gonna happen.
Oh.
You don't think they're gonna do that?
I don't think it's gonna
What
come out.
the
this
heck?
part,
Yes.
And here's why.
Here's all this
why.
copium, and then
Here's
we got
why.
no.
Why that's not gonna happen.
Because those games will not have compatibility with Pokemon Stadium on the NSO, because those games are going to get released separately when they announce it in the Pokemon presentation in a couple of weeks. They're going to re-release the original Pokemon games as their own individual things, and they'll have their own separate online trading system that will have compatibility with Pokemon Home.
Yeah, just-
Right.
You did it already on
Hmm.
3DS. Just
Exactly.
Put
So
those ROMs.
why would it be part of the NSO when they can charge for it separately?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That is true.
just saying.
That is true. That does sound like a Pokemon
Because
thing.
I don't
yes.
want that to
That
happen.
3DS
They
shop
love-
is
they
gonna
love
die
that.
soon, so we're gonna have to
Alright.
start getting some titles off of there. and yeah, just for that quick tangent off of titles that we're not going to see on the 3DS anymore. I hope that we get some things like the another part 2 for the Ace Attorney trilogy, because a lot of those titles are going to be either mostly stuck on handheld consoles, and otherwise you'd have to like get them on mobile, and I don't want to do that. I want-
Mobile? They're on mobile?
I think some of them are. I'm not even sure which
Are they?
ones at this point, but if they're not, that's
One sec.
all the more reason to have
I'll
it
find out.
some kind of collection again for there. But yeah, that's a wish of mine. As far as everything
Me.
else with Pokemon, yeah, I mean, we'll probably see all the Pokemon news over at the Pokemon Day with the next few weeks, including like whatever they're gonna do for DLC for Scarlet and Violet, because there's gonna be DLC for Scarlet and Violet. There's a whole part of the map that's locked off that you can't see, and it's like, hey, this is post game stuff, but we didn't reach that. Oh,
Well, how do you know that, Daniel? What do you know?
He walked over there.
I walked over there and it wouldn't let me go in, and I was like, please, I want to know what's over here, and it's like all barred off. I'm just like, oh, it's just gonna be like the Isle of Armor kind of situation, probably. They just have a whole new Pokemon, 100 more Pokemon to catch or so. See.
Oh no! Wait!
We'll sooner
Any
get
new ones?
Pokemon Pinball on NSL than an original mainline Pokemon game.
We'll sooner get Pokemon Dash before we get.
Dude,
Yo. My poor DS touchscreen.
Probably stop myself there. Just that game.
Wow, it's so good. I know.
That's the direct right there. The highlight.
Between that and Nintendogs, Elite Beat Agents, I'm gonna be very happy. Oh, and Twilight Princess HD. Oh, and the Metroid Prime trilogy. That's right. Yeah, forgot.
Yeah,
about that.
so basically all the exact opposite things of what I said. Got it.
Yeah.
Argument.
Are you Team Alec or are you Team Yoshiller?
Don't make me choose.
You gotta.
See, Yoshiller lives in the land of reality. I live in the society that we all want to live in. Yoshiller brings us all down to reality. Why does he do it? I don't know.
In it, and starting with Prime.
Okay. Mine has GameCube games. Mine has Twilight Princess and Wind Waker in a collection. Mine has Metroid.
And then we get none of these things in a Star Fox port. That's what we get.
Okay, well,
no, we're getting
has...
a port of Dr. Luigi, all right? We're not getting Star Fox.
Listen, if Dr. Luigi doesn't have a playable Dr. Baby Wario and Dr. Goomba stack, then it's unplayable. Like,
Dr.
you cannot
Goomba
have another
stack.
Doctor game and not have those characters in it. You gotta Dr. Dolphin is another one.
They put Dr. Mario World onto Nintendo Switch Online since it's not.
And still nobody will play it.
It's gonna remain unplayed.
I played it for the sake of having really silly characters to have a medical degree.
Living their better
My
lives.
favorite being Dr. Goomba stack, because I don't know how that works.
Three
to be quite
Goombas in a
honest.
trench coat.
I was so hoping that those would come as like Smash DLC or something. That would have been the perfect goofy character.
Would have been brilliant.
To have like a character.
I hope they in the Mario movie reference like the health system in there, and they just like have Dr. Goomba stack in like the medical wing, just
sir,
taking a
as you can
toad's
see.
temperature.
That'd be so cool.
What is this becoming?
Oh
Oh
man.
my gosh. Yeah,
That's actually who treats you when you break your leg at Super Nintendo World.
so
anyway.
do all three of the Goombas have a PhD, or is it just the one?
No,
on
just
top?
the top one. Just the top one.
It's like that
Oh,
one
Ruby.
character from BoJack Horseman that does a business when he goes to New York every week. It's like three kids in a trench coat, but it's portrayed as one big character. You just gotta accept the fact that it's not three Goombas in a trench coat. It's one really tall Goomba
One.
in a trench
Yeah,
coat, and
that
therefore
just looks a
the
little
one
different
degree.
than the rest of them.
Although, what if that one Goomba's really smart and he actually did get 3 degrees? He went through the whole process 3 times.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
He's just
Higher
like,
education.
if I get it 3 times, then it'll count for all of us.
What is happening right now?
I think that's what
I
Yoshiller
think
meant,
this is a
so
direct
like that makes
discussion.
sense.
But we're not going to see the Mario movie in the direct, and I'm afraid we're not going to see 3 Goombas in a trench coat in the direct.
Honestly, I don't want to
Why
see
would you
another
even
Mario
say
movie
that? Like,
trailer.
I know, Yoshiller, you just had to like really just do that.
I'm afraid
Come on, man.
we're only
Out
going to
there.
see 2 Goombas in a trench coat. And what happened to the third
Only
one? He got purple
Oh
wings,
my.
like when Triforce Heroes came out. Man, they're just going to forget about him.
Speaking
I'm
of
gonna buy
that,
you a Dr. Goomba stack mug and then bring it with me to the panel that we're doing at PAX East, and I'm gonna give it to you in front of everyone.
Good.
this is a wild bit. I can't wait.
Incredible.
Now I need to find a Goomba stack mug. Somehow.
Now I need a crispy render of Goomba stack dog.
Somebody pass that PNG, my guy.
Oh man.
Find a-
That
Nice high res.
See, this is what happens when Nintendo doesn't give us anything to work with. We just start rambling, man.
Yeah,
Start
yeah.
talking. This direct could be anything.
Throwing ideas at the wall. Something will stick, right?
6
Ooh,
more
a
farm
Dr.
games.
Goomba Stat game in the style of Trauma Center. There you go.
Trauma
That's
Center.
what I want.
Oh man.
God, Goomba.
If you're lucky,
It's like
you'll get
working
your
on a
triple
totem.
Goomba
Precise
stack.
scalpels with that Joy-Con HD. No, we get 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
If
you're
you're
lucky,
lucky- 1, 2,
Yoshiller.
switch
Guys,
3.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Trauma
Oh.
Center into Dr. Goomba Stack form is not happening.
I was
We're
gonna
getting
say,
a new
you
1, 2
might
switch.
get it
I
if
know
Mario
that.
Baseball is real. They might let you play
Oh,
as Dr. Goomba Stack in Mario Baseball.
It's
That'd
like,
be sick, actually.
how does a
Be my
doctor with
main.
no arms even work? I mean, I remember since the days
Have
of
you ever
playing-
seen VeggieTales, Daniel?
I have, but
Don't
I
question.
I've been questioning this ever since I saw Goomba playing in Mario Sluggers. He just holds the bat, floating telekinetically on the side, and then swings.
Yeah, just floats there.
With
Yeah,
his
he's just got the
mind.
just.
You can pitch the ball.
That's not even the worst offender for like how is this a doctor in Dr. Mario World? There's the dolphin.
All the
Like,
babies?
how does
Yeah.
he breathe? Above water?
With
Does the
all
patient go into the
Oh.
ocean to be operated on? These
Dolphins
are all
are
the
mammals. They're
questions.
actually not really supposed to stay underwater for too long.
Alec legitimately wants
Oh,
answers.
okay, so he's
He
like,
wants to.
no, seriously, Dr.
Don't
Mario
ask
World
questions.
was
You don't want
goaded
the
as far
uncomfortable
as
answers
like
to.
Dr. Mario World did better with character roster than every sports Switch game. I just realized that.
Yeah.
There's like more of them. They're funnier. They're more interesting, and nobody play it, which is a real shame.
That's the crime, right? Like Mario Kart Tour has characters I wish was in Mario Kart, but they don't do that there. They have every single Koopa Kid instead, and that takes up a whole line.
Every
Are you
single-
a Koopa Kid hater like I am? Because I've hated them for so long.
I
They've
use
robbed
Ludwig.
us of so many.
I try
so
to
many
his goofy
characters.
hair.
try to pretend they're not there at this point because I would rather 7 other characters in that game than Bowser Jr. can stay, of course, but the other ones, I'm tired
Right.
of you. I don't want to deal with it anymore.
The
Dude,
irony
I'm
being
so
Bowser
tired
Jr.
of
was
Lemmy.
not in Mario Kart 8.
I'm
It's
so
Adam
tired of
separately.
Lemmy. I'm so tired of Morton. Freaking Wendy. They're all so ugly, and they can be
Uh-oh.
in the game. But
Hey,
can they just, like,
hey,
have
hey!
a
Don't talk
character
about
selector
don't talk about
with the
them like
Yoshi
that.
colors? You
Don't
could
talk
have the
about my
Yoshi
boy
color
Ludwig,
character
Alec.
selector, but
my
for
God.
Mario Kart, and then you could put like the Queen
Oh.
Bee or something from Mario Galaxy that was in DS for some reason, and then you could put like Professor Egad, which I've wanted to play forever. And
Yeah,
then
actually.
you could also have like Samus and Link and put him in there.
See
but,
now, chat's up.
like,
See now
you know,
you
different
mess, now you
types
mess
of
with all
Link.
the Koopaling stands in chat. Now you're
I know,
getting
it's like the freaking oatmeal. That
Don't
one
hit
time
it.
that I tweeted about hating oatmeal, all the oatmeal stands just came out of nowhere and were like, hey, actually, I eat oatmeal every day. My mom was
Come
an
after the
oatmeal.
Koopalings
And
and
I was
you
like,
catch
what
the
the
smoke.
heck? Where are you people on
Oh
an
my God.
ordinary day? Where are you people on an ordinary day? Why don't I hear you talking about oatmeal this much on a Wednesday? This doesn't make any sense. You just want to disagree with me. I'm convinced. There's no way there's Koopa Kid stands in the world. What? What?
I
Are you
think
kidding? Okay.
I think this was I think this was a direct predictions discussion at some point, but at this point I don't know what it is
Boy.
anymore.
Hey, it's all
Incredible.
good vibes, is what it is. All good vibes.
I guess with
Good
that,
vibes, I swear.
I guess with that, are there any other direct predictions that anyone on this panel has as far as what we're going to
I got
see
a couple.
tomorrow? All right, go
Yeah.
for it, Brandon.
Let's
Please.
go.
I think we haven't heard from Grezzo in a while.
We have not.
Last they did was they did Link's Awakening in 2019, and then apparently at least on Wikipedia, it says that they did the
Ooh.
Miitopia remake, which was 2
Yeah,
years
yeah.
ago.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Utopia.
So as much as like the popular rumor, and everybody wants like Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD,
I
I
know
think
where
they're
you're going, yeah.
remaking Minish Cap.
Oh yes, I thought you were
Yeah.
gonna say the oracles, but give me that cap. Give me the Minish
Yeah.
cap. Yes,
Cap
yes.
is
Only
underrated.
thing is, I'd have to talk to Capcom because I think Capcom worked on that too.
They did.
They worked on it, but I mean, Nintendo probably owns like the rights to it.
Okay.
It's probably a
Capcom's
contract.
probably like,
I don't know.
here's the
It's
code.
messy.
Here you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give us all of those like top-down Game Boy era Zelda games in that
Yeah,
adorable
just
engine, please.
Put
Well-
put Grezzo in the
Yes.
Zelda remake minds. Just like
I'll-
just go.
I'll tell you what. It was for similar reasons that I thought they were going to be remaking Four Swords. I thought after they did Link's
Mm.
Awakening, I
They
thought would
really
go
do
like a
need
Four
to-
Swords
Yeah.
route, but
They need to
I
hop on
agree
think
with you
the-
though. I think we're due for another top-down Zelda remake.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm more confident that Grezzo is working on a remake of something that is probably a Zelda game, and of those, I would choose Minish Cap. But
Mhm.
we'll see.
Minish
That was
Cap
such
is
That's fair,
a
yeah.
jam.
underrated title. I love the Minish.
Oh yeah.
I love our hat is low. one of my favorite guys in Zelda as well. But yeah, such an interesting title because that was made by Capcom. I think the Oracle games were also done by Capcom.
Yeah,
They've
they're also
done
made by
that-
They
Capcom.
were,
that
yeah.
entirety.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I
they have
think-
to be in talks, but for sure that's on the list of ones that I want to see come back as well.
I guess Capcom's fine. They're just like, yeah. I mean, like, ultimately, Nintendo is kind of
Yeah,
paying
they
what's
own that
commission.
IP.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They own that work. Just because they contracted it out.
Right.
Yeah.
The only thing that becomes tricky is like original characters created by Capcom, which is the issue with
Oh,
like,
yeah.
in
Yeah,
Super
that
Mario
could be
RPG.
weird.
But ultimately, like the
Mm.
original base code, like if it comes down to whether or not Nintendo wants to do something with it, not Capcom.
Yeah,
So I assume they
certainly.
could. Yeah.
Oh, the big N.
Yeah, a lot of it kind of took a turn that Majora's Mask did, where a lot of the characters you see in Minions Cap are just based off of ones you've seen from other games in the series. So hopefully that wouldn't really too much of a problem. I guess just the Minish themselves are an original character and race of people, but otherwise, yeah, I think it would be prime for making some sort. Would you want to see it in the Link's Awakening the new Link's Awakening style on Switch, or would you still want to keep it like a sprite base but with updated?
I think
I
I
would-
want to see. Oh yeah, you can go, Brandon.
I was gonna say I would love sort of like high resolution updated sprites. I think the Link's Awakening style is fine. It's not my favorite, but I wouldn't complain if that's the style they chose.
Mhm.
It'd be like, okay, yep, it's more of this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
same.
I'd be cool with since Minish Cap specifically has like that the sprite style based on the Toon Link design
Yeah.
from like Wind Waker. That would be cool if they like made their own specific style for Minish Cap. But if they did the Oracle games in the Awakening style, I'd be fine with that because that's
Yeah.
more like chibi and it kind of goes with that style. So definitely, if they did like a cool stylized choice for Minish
Yeah.
Cap, that'd be cool.
There was a particularly like striking visual of the sprite art being of like very large items but still in sprite art while Link was really shrunk down. Like you'd be running around the floor and there's be like giant blades of grass, or you see like a pot really huge, or when you're
Yeah.
fighting certain enemies like that massive choo-choo that's green and it just takes up the entire screen. Something about seeing that in the sprite art was really striking. So I hope they do
Yeah.
keep something like that.
I bet they could play with scale really well in HD. Like that
Mhm.
you would have more like resolution and screen space
Oh god,
to do that.
like the sound quality as well. Like you'd hear like,
Oh,
raindrops or
yeah.
something. Like
Oh.
it's totally random, but like if you ever seen Arietti by Studio Ghibli's take on it, just the way they play with
Mhm.
sound design was so amazing when they're like really small, and they could really make something like that work pretty well for Minish. I would love to see something updated. But
It's been what 20? Has it been 20 years since Minish Cap? Oh,
God.
don't
That
say
seems
that!
about right.
Don't say
Oh,
that!
three
Go
goes
for
on.
it is Game Boy
Yep.
Advance,
Yeah.
so probably.
Yeah.
Research.
That tracks.
Yeah, 20. It's almost.
Oh,
It's been like
no.
19 years since Minish Cap.
Hey
Lord
guys, we
have
were
mercy.
alive during that time.
Oh, some people weren't. Oh.
Scares me.
But yeah.
And the people
love
that
video
weren't
games.
are almost old enough to drink.
Oh boy.
No, I don't appreciate that.
But yeah.
Are there any other takes that we have to see on this Nintendo Direct coming up? Anyone else got some last minute predictions before we wrap up?
We're not going to see Mother 3.
Well,
What was that for?
I was like, what was the purpose?
By the
What
way-
was the-
I'm
No
like,
one
what, any
said it.
franchise is feeling
this
left
water
out?
is
Oh yeah,
also
we're not.
wet.
Because I mentioned Game Boy Advance games were coming to Switch Online. I'm like, oh yeah, Mother 3 is not going to be in that.
Oh yeah, no.
Have we
Okay.
gotten the same team who did Miitopia? It'd be cool if they did a version of Tomodachi Life for Switch.
Yeah, that's Grezzo, and maybe.
Oh,
That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Because that game
could
was
be,
just
yeah.
goofy. That game was goofy fun.
What,
Like,
Tomodachi Life?
Hilarious.
Tomodachi Life was hilarious. And especially if
Love
they just
Tomodachi
like
Life.
updated the engine and everything like they did with Miitopia, gave us like all the customization with the updated Mii sprites and
that feels
stuff
like an
that.
easy win.
Yeah,
Yeah,
goofy time.
for sure.
I agree.
We need more
But
games with the
that won't
Miis.
happen. That won't happen.
The Mii games are so silly.
Instead of before
mean.
Yoshiller, 'cause it's not gonna happen.
I don't
No.
like the way he's smiling
think-
silently.
I actually think that will happen. I just don't know if it's going to be in this presentation. I think that's all, like,
Tomodachi Life? You think that will happen?
yeah, I think that's all but certain. I just don't think it's going to be announced in this presentation. Genuinely. And I think we
can't-
will get
all right.
Mother 3 one day. It's just not going to be in this presentation.
I can't wait to
coming.
cross-reference the actual presentation.
It is gonna
with this
happen.
shit.
It's just not gonna be
This
here.
is. I hope we're
Just like
all
Twilight
wrong.
Princess and Wind Waker are gonna happen. They're not gonna be here.
I hope we're all wrong, but respectfully, I hope Yoshiller's the wrongest.
You know,
Sometimes
I hope I'm wrong too.
God.
I mean, look. Well, obviously, I'll be wrong if this next presentation starts and it's not Metroid Prime 4. Like
That's
then
right.
my whole
that's
list is out the window, right?
But if
If
it
this
is,
next presentation starts,
If it's for
and
somehow does,
it starts with Mother 3, I'm not gonna be upset about that. You know what I mean?
I will be over the moon about that if that ever happened.
Yeah, I will too.
Yeah. I think that about gets everyone's ideas out there, I think, unless anyone else had one more.
I got two more on my list that are super dumb.
Oh, okay.
damn.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
Please
want to
go
hear it. I
ahead.
want to hear it. I
Alright.
want to hear it.
let's go.
Ghost Trick remastered. Pointing at the camera.
Ghost Trick.
Remaster Ghost Trick.
Alright.
Capcom. Listen to me. Just do it.
Good game.
Oh, you're talking Capcom.
And
Good game.
then, and then also, Daemon X Machina 2. Just to watch the world burn.
right.
I actually that game's okay. I like it. It's not great, but yeah.
It was an interesting
Why not?
game, definitely.
It's been 5
Make
years.
a sequel.
It's been 5 years. Like
Why
that'd be
not?
ample time for a sequel. Yeah,
Go
okay.
for it.
Do it.
Ghost Trick would be a pull. I would love that.
I would-
Ghost Trick.
I would be screaming.
Writers as Ace Attorney, I believe.
Yes, yeah. Same director too.
God,
No, that actually makes way too much sense now.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because we're getting that one game from the Danganronpa people that's like a murder mystery, like
Oh yeah.
detective
Code?
game. Yeah, so I'm like that game, like Touch Detective, Ghost Trick, like those type of like visual novel mystery games I loved on the DS. So
Yeah, two years ago, I went through the entire Danganronpa series. Read some of.
Are you okay?
No,
valid question.
I've not recovered still from that. I've watched many of people die, but I went through the series. There were some of the extra novels you could read, some in game. The anime that happened for Danganronpa 3 because there was an anime bait just for that, and so essentially I got really into that series, and so to know that the creators are making something entirely new, I'm really down to try what Raincoat is. I like the look of it. It's got that weird dynamic style that they're known for having. So see anymore soon. I am down for it. But was those your last predictions, Brandon? I don't want to
Yes.
cut you off.
That's it.
That's it. We're
No
done.
more.
All right then. Well, we will know in about 24 hours from now, after the direct wraps up, just how many of these were correct, and if
It's so
being on
scary.
Team Yoshiller or Team Alec was the right decision to make.
Oh man.
Oh man,
This was so
but
chaotic. I love it.
it sure was. My God. But thank you all for joining, everyone in our live audience. I'm sorry I had totally ignored some of you. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. We had a lot going on here, but I also want to thank.
It's
our
hard
panel.
to. Yeah.
Father was busy. Father was busy.
I was busy.
Aw.
But I'm thankful to have you guys rounded up at like the last minute. That's just how these direct reactions work. We just grab around
really
people
do
in like
be
the
like
last
that.
hour and get it done. But to name off all of our special guests here today, I would like all of our special people here to let us know where we could find you, what you do on the internet. So let's go down the same list again. So Brandon, where can we find you?
Oh boy. So yeah, I'm Brandon Bovia. I localize manga for a living. Some little like dorky indie comic called Dragon Ball or something like that.
Never heard of it.
You can find me on Twitter. I'm just at Brandon Bovia, and I also do a weekly One Piece podcast with Derek Bickner of this very channel. So if you want to listen to some dorks talk about One Piece for 5 chapters a week, then check out One Piece at a time. Just look it up on YouTube.
Yo, I love dorks. All right, cool.
Yeah.
That's us right
Good
here.
podcast name.
Very nice. How about you, David? Where can we find you and what do you do?
Yeah, what's going on, guys? My name is David. I'm the head of content over at ConMenRDW on both YouTube and Twitch. I'm a geeky, nerdy dude who loves pop culture, video games, anime, going to conventions. I'm going to be at PAX East 2023 in March, so I'm going to be doing coverage at that event. I am currently playing games, making reviews, live streaming every once in a while on Twitch, and trying to collaborate with other awesome creators like these people here on the internet. So, yeah.
Very nice. How about you, Yoshiller? Where can we find you, and what do you do?
Hi, I'm Yoshiller. I provide gaming-related content on my channel almost every single day. I do walkthroughs on the weekdays and multiplayer content on the weekends, and I try to do that. I've been trying to do that for several years now. Otherwise, I regularly attend conventions. I usually wear this big ol' Yoshi hat, so hopefully you can spot me. But with Super Nintendo World opening and selling Yoshi hats soon, it might be harder for me to stand out in a crowd, but I'll try my best. Otherwise, thank you for having me on. It's been a pleasure joining you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Round this off, Alec, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hello, everybody. I am Alecandstuff. Sorry. So I'm a streamer, right? I stream here pretty regularly on the Twitch websites, and do some YouTube content every now and then. We have a podcast where we talk about all these kinds of things with other people like Daniel, like David, like Yoshiller. Not Brandon yet, but wouldn't be opposed to having you on. So we'll probably be talking about this direct whenever whenever we get the chance to, so maybe this weekend or next week. But I do that, and then we'll also be having a nice little PAX East panel with some of these other creators as well, that being David and Yoshiller. So if you're going to PAX East too, you'll probably see me there. I pop up all over the place on the internet. Who knows? But thank you for having me on. It's been really fun.
Yeah, this was chaotic and I loved it. All these people are very talented. Please follow them for what they do and show them some proper love, because I adore with all these people. Very happy to be within this circle of friends. So thank you all for deciding to come up on here, despite it being very last minute.
Thank you, Father.
Well, with that,
Thank you,
everyone,
Father
thank you
Daniel.
all for joining us, for watching us. We have our VOD channel now. We're going to put this on our VOD channel. It's going to be preserved so you can laugh at our predictions later in the future, whether it's 2 weeks from now or a year from now, who knows? Or maybe you'll be in awe of all the correct predictions we said. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure anymore.
Mainly those being my predictions, not
Yeah.
Yoshiller.
I'll get that lottery ticket ready.
Gonna keep this going up to the very end.
I'll have to
Oh.
have a sock ready for tomorrow just in case I'm wrong and I have to eat it.
Let me go ahead and actually link that channel, because I still need to put that on the bottom of our description here. But you can tell how prepared I was.
Gosh, Daniel, just do it.
I'm sorry,
Man.
I don't know how to do content creation.
fool!
I'm sorry. Here we go. I'm gonna post this in the link right now in chat if you want to check out the VOD
Man.
channel. And I think right now our friend Uncle Silver is playing God of War Ragnarok, so we're gonna send y'all over there. So
Let's go. I'm number
God
100.
of Dad, boy.
Close your heart to it.
Dad of boy. Yeah, there we go. All right, y'all. So with that, thank y'all for joining. I will see you all soon. Have fun with the direct tomorrow, and good luck with all your predictions. Till we meet again.
Happy Nintendo Direct Eve, everybody. Woo!
Remember to take life one piece at a time.
Oh!
There you go.
Fun times.